Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Corner, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we are joined by the reigning NSIC Setter of the Week, Sydney Thein of the Southwest Minnesota State Volleyball Team. Sydney, thanks for joining us on the Spotlight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, as we do each week, let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself.
So I'm a redshirt freshman on the SMSU volleyball team. I'm from Clear City, Minnesota. My major is business management, and I'm a setter.
All right, Clara City, less than an hour from Marshall. What was it about SMSU that drew you there?
Just the people, the coaches, and my teammates. I knew when I came on my visit, very caring people. It was kind of a family atmosphere here, and especially SMSU itself is kind of a community. Everyone in Marshall comes to support us at all of our games, so that was really big for me. And SMSU volleyball has had a culture of success over years and years, so that was something I wanted to be a part of.
As you mentioned, only a redshirt freshman this season. You hit the ground running, helping the Mustangs to an 11-0 start. You're 2-0 in the conference and ranked number 4 in the nation. How did last year's redshirt season help prepare you for taking the reins of this offense?
Yeah, so last year I spent a lot of time just learning from Elisa and watching the league too. The NSIC is a very competitive league. So learning about that and just trying to get better. I'm glad that I had that year to adjust and to make connections because stepping into the setter role as a true freshman isn't easy. So yeah, I just spent last year learning a lot, working hard, trying to get better for this year.
Coach Body is in his 3rd season as the Mustang head coach, but he's been there well over a decade. You hinted at this before, but what is the culture he has created around this Mustang squad?
Yeah, we talk a lot about resilience and persistence, and I think that's something that's been a tradition over the years for SMSU volleyball. But it's just never giving up on a point, on a set, on a match. We've had a lot of tight sets this year that we've come from behind and we eventually won, and those have been really big for us and just showing that we're a hardworking team and we're persistent all the time.
A great week offensively for the Mustangs as you hit over 300 as a team last weekend. Tell us about this year's squad and what makes it special, including that nice 5-set non-conference win over Augie last night.
Yeah, that was a really fun match. What helps us a lot is we're just so well balanced. For me as a setter, my job is easy, having 5 hitters who I can trust all the time. I can set anyone at any given point. And so that has been really fun. We have different people step up every night and play really well for us, and then the next night it's someone else, and that's been really fun to just have a team that everyone is pushing and everyone's doing their job really well. So just being well balanced.
As a setter, share with us the most important aspect from that position.
Yeah, my job is just to give my teammates the best opportunities that I can, just giving them good, consistent balls. And as I've been working through some inconsistencies or whatever it is early in the season, my team has just been able to help me out and kind of help me through that if I'm having some offsets. Yeah, and making decisions based on who can get the best look out there. So.
The NSIC schedule has you playing primarily Fridays and Saturdays for about the next 8 weeks. What does a typical week look like preparing for those 2 weekend matches?
So earlier in the week, we'll maybe watch film, try to learn a little bit about the teams that we're playing and apply that in practice. And just if they have certain tendencies or whatever it is, we'll work on that in practice. And then towards the end of the week, we're watching more film, and just learning about them, scouting for those games.
Had a relatively short career so far, but what have been some of your best memories of SMSU?
So last year, I would say my best memory for a game would be our reverse sweep against Duluth in Duluth. That was just an intense match. It was super fun to watch and to cheer for my team through that. And this year, my favorite game probably would either be West Florida or Augie. We just played Augie last night and we had a 5-set win over them at home. It was our first home game. PE was packed and super loud in there, so that was fun. But other than that, any memory I have with my teammates, we're really kind of a family and we're very close to each other, so that's always fun.
Final question for you. What's the best piece of advice you've received during your athletic career?
I would say this is gonna be really simple, but just work hard every day. Try to get better for your team. And yeah, just go at it 100% all the time. You never know what the outcome could be if you give it 100%. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's the simple things that all add up. So great
Yep.
answer there. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Sydney, best of luck to you and the Mustangs the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you for having me.